Alright, so yet here we are with another Loadstar video. This one, kind of what my plan is now is to cut some of these sections of the frame here. So I got the drive lines out of both trucks laying here side by side, so you can kind of see what I was talking about with the front drive shaft being shorter and the rear longer on one or the other. And I was hoping I could just piece those together and it'd be the right length, but it was still too long, even when I used the shortest from both. So anyway, I think what we're going to do is use the front drive line off the lopro, and then we'll have to cut the rear the length we want. So like I say, what we're going to do is cut some of these sections for this frame right now, and may not get them welded in today, but I'm going to cut them and get everything kind of pieced together the way I want. Hopefully it'll dry up enough this weekend that we can cut those or weld them in. So anyway, I'll bring in here a little closer and show you these drive lines, what I'm talking about. So here's the drive lines. This one up here is from the Loadstar. This bottom was from the S model. So you can see the front drive line is shorter down to the carrier bearing, and then longer on the rear, and then shorter on from the Loadstar. So what we'll do is we'll use this one. I may just cut this one off. I mean, it's already together. This slip yoke is kind of stuck, which it's stuck on both of them. So see if we can't get that freed up, greased up, and we'll mount it in here so it'll land somewhere in here, this carrier bearing wheel, and then that should still be long, long enough for a drive line, I guess. But oh well. Anyway, what we're going to do right now is cut these sections here, and then hopefully cut this outer double plate piece to fit. And like I said, we might not get these welded in right now because it's so rainy and wet out here, but we'll see what we can do. So let's get to cutting. So it looks like about 3 9/16 maybe. So if we cut that the same, square, that'll be a 45. I guess that'd look okay. I don't know if it should go a little longer versus the 45, what would look better, if that makes any sense. I mean, I guess a 45 is all right. So, I guess the bottom's the same. Yeah. Same over there. So let's cut 4 of those little pieces, and we'll set them in there, kind of see what it looks like. All right, so this framer had 2 rivets, hook bolts, whatever the heck you call them things. So I went ahead and cut them off so I could separate this double frame section on the outside from the regular frame rail. So couldn't cut all the way through this one. See if we can't knock it off here. I feel like this one's moving a little bit. There we go. Got that one moving. Dang. Let's see what's hiding in between these two frame rails. A little bit of rust. Guess it could have been worse. Okay, so we got a section of frame and a section of the doubler here, whatever they call this. They look to be the same thickness. I don't know. I don't know if one's a stronger steel than the other. Not a clue. But we'll cut our little sections out of this piece to fill in on the frame on the Loadstar. And then we'll cut this as a doubler to cover up the outside. So I'll go take my measurements again. I want to say it was like 3 9/16, but we'll get a good measurement and cut some of these pieces out. Okay, so I got my little triangle pieces cut out here. So kind of what my idea is, kind of put these in here like this. Now, I know it's putting a lot of stress right in one spot, but once I come over top of it with the double frame and then put a fish plate inside and bolts through it, I think it'll be okay. So this is kind of what we're going to go with, and yeah, I think it'll be okay. Yeah, I know we didn't get a lot done this time, but at least we did get these cut out. Now, next week, whenever I got some time, if it's not pouring the rain, I'll weld these things in and hopefully get that that driveline mounted in. So at least the front section, and get the carrier bearing bolted in, and get that slip yoke took apart and freed up. So like I said, they're kind of stuck. Then we'll look at cutting the driveline, getting a good measurement on that, and maybe get somebody to fix it up, fab it up for us. If not, we'll cut it and weld it together just to move it around until we can get somebody to that can actually do it the right way. So I got 2 of them, so it don't matter if I cut one of them up and mess it up, but at least we'll be able to drive it around and move it once we get those things in there. So probably work on this, like I say, the steering box next, and the brake lines. But as soon as I get the time, we'll weld these in. That won't take long. And get the driveline in, take a little while, but yeah, we're getting there. We'll be able to move before long, so I'm excited about that. And kind of see what kind of clanging noises come out of the front where that front axle is so close to the oil pan. But anyway, got a little bit of work done, not much. So let's get out of here and get on something else.